Let's get back to work. Yeah, I slept a certain way and the beard is just gone. I just left it. Looks whimsical, right? Maybe I can get the other side to. Oh no, there's not enough hair on the other side to do it when I trimmed. So, I guess I trimmed unevenly. I'll have to watch what I'm doing, huh? Do you really care? Not particularly, no. All right, righteously give a shit. Um, uh, I like the goatee. Yeah. Well, I've been able to I just get some facial scrub and scrub the hell out of it, with the toxins and from the rebooting with the toxins and stuff. Eventually that'll stop. Eventually we'll be better than COVID protocols worldwide eternally because it's the right thing to do. Move when you need to, do what you need to do. If you want to do something, make sure that you're doing it right so we can all get together in a healthy manner when we group. Grouping is not a bad thing if you're doing it for the right reasons. If you're doing it for selfish reasons, it sucks. If you're doing it to connect, to one enchanted evening, you may find your true love, right? And things like that, then you're good to go, right? And so I was watching some of what's that thing, Access Hollywood. And you got to understand these people, like Albert Einstein said, these people are millions of years in the making. And they're symbiotic. And aggressive, excessive, compulsive, narcissistic attention seeking is wrong, right? And the Gospels aren't, there's nothing mysterious about them. It's just doing things right. And when you're doing things right, there's Bobby Schuller on there, you're constantly repenting. It's like, why? Dude, if you live in the Gospels, you ain't repenting all the time. And then if you have to deal with people that are sinners, you sit there and say, okay, we don't need money to live here. I have to do this because these people are complete fucking psychotic, genocidal, narcissistic assholes. And eventually one day it will change because Earl, the living Messiah, is correcting the technology, right? If you're not going to help, that's the way you're going to have to throw it around, Liz Taylor is like Stephen Hawking. Okay. When I talk to Stephen Hawking, you do know you invented the causes of your disease. Okay. She was sexually exploited. You do know you helped invent the cause of your disease. She was sexually exploited. You were in a sexual competition over narcissism, and you got exploited from it. Okay, Stephen Hawking Jr., get in the fucking wheelchair and, hi, I'm the ghost of Elizabeth Taylor. Here's a hotel motel where I stayed in it with Rock Hudson, but nothing happened. Wait a minute, Rock Hudson. Okay, Jim Neighbors came to visit. Do you see what I'm saying? And so, basically what's going on right now is Rick Rock and Shaggy. But we caught you on camera. It wasn't me. We stayed until it was over. We saw the marks on your shoulder. I'm going to tell Earl that we're sorry for the pain that we've caused. We've been listening to our reasoning. It makes no sense at all. I'd like to take my Discovery and my Jardiance once and for all. Let's just knock it off. Like those psoriasis commercials, right? I've had enough. I'm not doing stuff. Okay, the body's trying to get toxins from unnatural toxins and stress out of your body to keep you alive. Okay. And then you put drugs in to say it's not happening. And then it doesn't happen. It may cause rectal cancer. It may cause you to die 50 years early. But according to the science, we all die 50 years early. Right? Good science, good science. She blinded me with science. And everybody knows stem cell research is where it's at. Hey, let's get this drone and get inside that bedroom, right? And take some pictures. We'll all masturbate to it because we're nerds, right? So, and some of these kids are don't need to. They could just walk up, hey, I'd like to get naked with you and, have sexual feelings with you. Nothing more than feelings. That's what he's talking about. Trying to forget my feelings of love. Sexual feelings. It wasn't feelings of love. He wasn't standing up for the Lord's Prayer, and she was being denied it because you guys are all selfish assholes. Okay, it's a cute song and everything like that, but he's talking about sex. He's not talking about love. He's not talking about me and Jesus. He's talking about, I had sex with this girl. I wish I never met her because she's having sex with Travis fucking Kelce. And that asshole just catches footballs, but he didn't stand up for a Lord's Prayer, right? You see what I'm saying? No, I like Travis Kelce. I just don't trust him half as far as Jealous Darlin trusted Donnie Rodriguez to get him to do anything wrong at the right time, just like fucking Gronkowski. Damn. Oh no, we suck again. I think you guys have sucked since Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John. Right, okay. It's been a long, long time coming. Resident Evil. Why did they have this? Like this thing, they had that stupid ass motherfucking commercial from Progressive, right? How many spiders do you eat when you sleep? 8. It's like, no. I raised Patrick and watched Patrick sleep for hours and hours at a time. Okay? And not once did I ever see Patrick eat a spider or a spider come sneaking in and say, eat me, Patrick, eat me. You need to eat the spider that wiggled and jiggled and tickled inside her. What they do? Let's follow the. I don't know. I know horse. There's fly, spider. What's after spider? Is it a bird or something? I don't know. It's a disturbing song. It's probably written by C.S. Lewis and Tolkien's relatives, right? There's an army, and this is thinking. It's like, no, it's holy jihad, Batman. And it's not like that hasn't been corrected or explained, Maybe C.S. Lewis should have read some Al-Ghazali. I don't know if Al-Ghazali knew that. That's true. That's right. She blinded me with science. Yeah, your ego is constantly in the way of you doing good, right? You're always inventing. They're always inventing. So they're going, and they're full of invention. That's one thing the Rastafarians got right, but I'm not going to give most of them lots of credit for it because it was Haile Selassie, and then they turned Haile Selassie into a tribal race or secular sex cult god, and then feelings, nothing more than feelings. Get it? It's funny. Okay, trying to forget my. No, it just is not going. It's being that way all day. Okay. I tried to move it twice, but no, these hairs are going here all day. It's the way I slept. So I'm just gonna have to spend all day being a little that's left of center. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna be Susanna Vega all day. If you want me, you will find me left of center. Luca, my favorite is Tom's Diner. Of hers. Bob was really into her. One of those introspective girls like Tracy Chapman. It's got a lot of really things to say because they watch things and it's particularly disturbing. Maybe we should stand up for that Lord's Prayer there and then sustain it with the faith of Psalms and the wisdom of Proverbs. Sure would save on a lot of sadness and songwriting and filling arenas to make lots of money to pay the devil to live here. Wouldn't you think? I'm a problem solver. You're so funny. I'm a problem solver. See, when you understand the Gospels faithfully, right? You don't need to run around, repenting, recanting, and solving problems. It's like, wow, they're obeying the applied physics of the Lord's Prayer. Right. They're sustaining it with the faith of Psalms and the wisdom of Proverbs. Right. What are you doing? Wondering why my beard is sticking out to the left all day. No, I'm just curious because of the way I slept, I'm certain. But, Panera, food. Everyone's excited because they're holding food hostage and selling it, and then they're on commercials, and they're all excited about it. It's like, okay, you don't hold food hostage. Right, that's clinically insane. Oh, wisdom of Proverbs, there you go. How was that brought about? The faith of Psalms. And, okay, what do we have to do to go back to the start to begin? Forgive, debt, and trespass, love, volunteer, and faithful peace. I'll fix the technology, then you won't have to sell Sensodyne. If you have something to help clean people's teeth, to help them have better quality of life, you'll share care given accordance to need built to last. Hail, Selassie of you. So, do you understand? Go on inventing. You're not really inventing, you're manipulating matter. Okay. And then getting the matter to work in a way that is beneficial to life and the living. Like Haile Selassie talked about, 80, 20, 90, 10, happiness and contentment. And the 8 spiders thing on that insurance commercial, that's just because they're assholes trying to be funny because they need more of your money. Oh, yeah, complete assholes. Yeah, that's true. That would be a complete asshole. Yes, it would. So, Scott Evans is that kid's name, huh? There's Carl Urban. He was the blonde dude that was on Tolkien's Imagination. Yeah, but he don't really have blonde hair, no. And he's also Bones, right? Yeah. Okay. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck should cook wood? About as much money as a money could grow if money grew on trees. So I don't understand. I'm just making this shit up as I go along. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a cartoon salesman. I'm insane. What was I talking about again? We were talking about, Liz Taylor being like Stephen Hawking, and the people like Stephen Hawking not wanting to accept the fact that they're like Stephen Hawking. He's a genius. Yeah, I know. You're going to build a bomb and threaten to kill everybody if you don't agree that your brain is better than everybody else's. Hey, let's do it for the love of science. Kill God. Kill God. Right. God wants us to forgive debt and trespass, love one eternal, faithful peace, share, care, give in accordance, need, build to last, and holy covenants, not home invade and try to talk a man into having sex with the stepdaughter because the scientist thought his wife was a fat cow, and the man that was trying to live the Lord's Prayer was completely happy with the cute little roly-poly. She's my Susie Bear. Yeah. She was 14 years younger than me. She asked me out. I was minding my own business. Having been taught the lesson not to walk alone. I was waiting for the good. Yes, just minding my own business. But what was it? How's that song go? I haven't heard. I have it on the MP3. They just don't play it. NASA does not play the Ku Klux Klan for me. I have it on the MP3. I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah. I have on the blue one. In their defense, I have lots of songs on the blue one and less on the orange ones, because the orange ones I put in ones that I thought the whole family could enjoy for barn dancing. The blue one is everything Earl's like, hey, you need to put that song on there. Right, so, because I wrote down, I wonder, ba-doo-doo, and I do have it. It played on the blue one yesterday. Chapter 1 says, you love her with all your heart. That's about sex, too. That's also about sex. If you eat spiders, it's extremely rare on your sleep. And more likelihood they go in your ear. Okay, Earl? Well, okay. So make sure you clean your ears. Okay. Don't give them as much of an impetus to get in there and eat something. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's what it's all about. Spiders. Yeah, bed bugs. You're always going to have bed bugs. Even if you change the sheets, they're still going to be, because the bed bugs come from your body, right? You can Purell, but you'll have no immune system whatsoever. Okay, Earl, do you understand? Okay, Sheldon, are you figuring it out yet? Okay, Earl. Balance, harmony, and understanding. Yeah, it goes a long way, don't it? Yeah, it does. Watching these kids. Yeah, I like sports because they're fun. I like exercise because they're fun. I didn't get to fully enjoy it. But when I'm done cleaning up this mess, because I'm the focal point of it, and it's me, not you, not magic Jesus in your head, not magic Muhammad in your head, not magic Buddha or Krishna in your head. Okay. It's Earl, son of Ralph and Mary, just north of San Ysidro. Yeah, he's the focal point of cleaning up your fucked up, egotistical mess, using technology to feel powerful by manipulating people with things that you manipulate in invention. Money, it's real. Yeah. I'm going to be a superstar for money. I'm going to get my family out of poverty and from the penthouse to the outhouse, right? I think them dogs' real voices. What is... See how simple the Gospels are? The Gospels are just simply do right, Dudley. Then you don't have to worry about Nell wanting to have sex with your horse. Unless, of course, that horse can win the Triple Crown. Okay. Is it God's will? Good thing it's not 7 races. It's only 3. 7 races. That horse wouldn't be able to walk after he's give the horse a break. It's one race around the track. Something must have happened with it because they train and and they have it like a month later. I'm just kidding. It's like 3 weeks later, but it's not that traumatic. Why they're not racing that horse on that one. There's some kind of economic reason probably behind it, or there might be a physiological reason. That's because they were training the horse, or who knows. Okay, but like giving the horse a break, like it really cares about the horse. Yeah, the moneymaker that's using the horse to make money, right? Human being. Think about it, stud. Hi. I got exploited sexually because I helped invent the conditions for my sexual exploitation. I am the Antichrist. I don't want to live the Lord's Prayer. Do you understand? Okay, Holy Jihad, Batman. Brush those teeth. Right? So, it doesn't matter anymore. If you understand it, what matters is that I understand it, and I'm the focal point of fixing it, and I have to fix quantum computing worldwide. And I'm doing it, with the very limited access. I got an Xbox 360, an old Sanyo on discount from, I put the Blu-ray player over at Dad's because he likes to use it to listen to his audio tape that he made for everybody, telling stories about growing up, and his reflections about God. So he has that over there. So I don't watch any of the Blu-rays. I'm okay with that. I do have a DVD player that can watch DVDs instead of Blu-rays if I want to. I just haven't wanted to in a long time. Well, the only reason I'd watch them is to think about the kids, and I know I miss the kids, but if they really miss me, they'll show up. They all can drive now. They have an extortion gig and can drive. Well, the big thing is Dad's had the same phone number for over 30 years. So they could always pick up a phone and call and say, Grandpa, can I talk to Dad? And it's not like me and Grandpa go anywhere. All you'd have to do is just go check out YouTube. 13th, 22nd, and me. He has to do all the work all by himself. Why am I being a selfish cow? It's because of the science projects. Why? Shouldn't you be cognizant of the science projects and tell them, who do you think you fooling? They're going to build a museum about my presidency in Chicago. Oh, Levy. Dodge and weep and moan, right? Don't feel sorry for anybody that's selfish, especially you. Okay? Do you understand? Do not feel sorry for anybody that's selfish, especially you. Okay? Feel sorry for the innocence of children being robbed by the acceptance of sin over the last 10,000 at least, maybe 100,000 years, by humans choosing to kill God with my ego, right? Do you understand? I'm using the God word as a possessive pronoun in first person because I have ego problems. We know that. Maybe Stephen Hawking will help you solve it. He'll kill God with his ego, and then together you can kill God with your ego, and then have no ego problems killing God because you will kill thyself. God's omniscient, omnipotent. There you go. So how do you kill God? I don't know. Ask Richard Dawkins. He's a genius. Could work on that technological equipment to keep us all fighting over money, huh? And what about God? If you have faith in God, you don't do that. Wow. What a problem solver. So, yeah, being an egomaniac sucks. Yeah. Who's my favorite basketball player is me. My favorite athlete is me. I used to have this thing, no, it's me. And don't listen to athletes. They're stupid and full of shit, Michael Irvin called Jerry Rice Black Jesus. That doesn't mean you have to believe that Copper Fit will help your back get better. No, rest and recovery and living in a toxic-free environment from undue, irrational, aggressive stress will help your back recover. And if your back got injured by excessive compulsive behaviors because of socio-psychopaths, Black Jesus, my app, Jesus in cleats, and they call Michael Jordan Black Jesus. Oh, really? Michael Jordan got murdered by the Romans, giving us the perfection of the Lord's Prayer, but everybody denies it and then gives us Tolkien and Lewis fantasy movies, right? Michael Jordan, Black Jesus. Right? Wow, you know how fucking insulting that is to Jesus and especially me since I'm the living Christ? It's even more insulting to me than Jesus, because Jesus got turned into a comic book character by the people that think that Michael Jordan is Black Jesus, right? Fuck! I'm going to buy a NASCAR, right? I'm going to park every NASCAR to save children from heart disease and birth defects. Wow. Hi. I'm the person in the world who's most like Jesus. If you don't believe that, your head is firmly entrenched up your ass with military intel and NASA. Okay. Yeah. NASA's part of military intel, guys. That doesn't matter how nice, how Wallowitz nice the astronauts are. Most of them are like Massimino and the rest of those assholes. Okay, they got ego problems, and they're all bad prit trying to kill each other on the moon with Simply Orange Juice guy, or is it Simply Lemonade? Which one do you pour? Simply Orange Juice, or I usually get Simply Orange Juice, not Simply Lemonade. Occasionally get Simply Lemonade. Donald Sutherland, yeah, he's what Keither's dad, right? He does the advertising. Is James Capers the son of Jim Capers? So he became a referee just like his dad? I'm thinking, because there was a Jim Capers who was an NBA ref, when I was a kid. And then they said, this guy's been doing this for 31 years. And I'm like, 31 years? Okay, that means I would have been in my 30s. And I didn't watch basketball that much in my 30s. I was busy reading Patrick. So yeah, he did his old man ref, and then he ref too. I'm thinking that because it was a black guy named Jim Capers who was the ref, but I thought he was like, man, he was reffing back in the 80s and shit, 70s and 80s and shit, right? In the 80s for sure. I actually did more basketball watching in the 70s for the NBA than I did in the 80s, because it was very prevalent that they cheated by the 80s to manipulate the outcome. And I got sick of watching it, and especially in the 90s. The marketing was just, I hated it. In the 70s, there was a lot of parity in the league. You had the Sonics and the Trailblazers and the Bullets and there was a lot of parity. And they were, a lot of really good teams. And a lot of really good players. And it was more it's basketball. It's a matter of attrition. And whoever got to the end of the race at the end of the season intact enough to have a unit that could outperform the other units with their elite players won. And that's the way it went. And so... yeah, so it was, back in the 70s. And then the 80s, they brought in Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and David Stern, and kicked out Larry O'Brien and totally remarketed the league. And then, and you can't go back watch Magic Johnson things against the Suns and Phoenix because they cheat. It's horrible. You watch it, and the same thing is like watching fucking the legend of Kobe Bryant. And it was even against the Celtics. And they cheated, and you're like going, you can't, no, that's bullshit. It was blatant, okay, that the refs had a basic agenda that they were supposed to, it was like 2012 or something. Like, wasn't that when Kobe and Pau Gasol beat Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen and all that? It's like, no. Boston just had a better team and had no business losing to LA. But then it makes me wonder, because, it's like, did Sacramento have a good team that year and got screwed like Phoenix got screwed with the San Antonio thing with the ref, with Matrix and all that, and Amadi Stoudemire and all that shit? Yeah, so you're like, ugh. So, it just takes all the fun out of it. Because it's just marketing, circus acts, and professional wrestling. And it'd be fun to watch if people could just exercise, relax, and have a good time, and then play the game. Oh, that was fun. Yeah, we won we'll try to get you next year. Are you ready for the summer? Hi, Mickey. Mouse. What are we going to do tonight, Brian? Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world, right? And so, the reason why they celebrate all these people with as athletes and stuff like that, because they celebrated all their aggressive, violent sex cult behaviors for tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of years. Okay, That's why they celebrate them. Yeah, me. Oh no, I only did it because it was healthy because we weren't raping, looting, and pillaging. But then when you try to play and they rape, loot, and pillage you to win, it's like Patrick said, Dad, no, I hate going to the White because I get butt raped every time because Patrick's 6'5". I was like, what? I didn't have to play in the post. When I played in the post, I was so quick. And so, Patrick's 6'5", you go in establish thing, and then they come in and they shove their dick right into your ass. And it's like, oh, that's horrible. Yeah, like when I was teaching Natty how to play and she shoved her butt right into and I was having to guard her sideways. Like, Natalie, okay, watch out. She was coming, I know she's using her butt and whomping. I was like, okay, that's good, but you keep sitting there right into my, she's so cute. But I was telling her, that's what you're going to have to do. You got a nice tuchus on you. So if you're going to play basketball, establish your position, spread your base, whomp that butt, and then put it up. And she's done it with me. I'm like, okay. It's like playing basketball with Stephanie. She was so competitive. Sorry to see how good I was, right? She'd get out there and she was sitting there and she bounced and sitting there, and I go, okay, Stephanie, this is not going to end well for us. When we were playing at Pope Air Force Base, yeah, as all she was doing, she was wearing her yoga pants and coming up and throwing her butt right up into my junk. And I'm like, okay, Dad, puppies aren't much fun. Dad, puppies, if you keep this up, I'm ripping those yoga pants off, and I'm gonna get kicked out of the service for having sex in public in the middle of the day at the basketball court at family housing at Pope Air Force Base. Do you understand me? That's all you're heading for. She was, how good is he? I like when my nephews said how good their uncle was, and I went and played with two of the high school stars, and just let the grandchild have his day. He went out and they were cocky and all that. It's like, just let him win. Let the Wookiee win. So I just sat there and just, because all you have to do is, I would just, white men can't jump. The moment you get totally comfortable and totally smooth, and you're balling like a dancer, like Harold, like Fayard and Harold, okay. A lot of them, some guys just don't even have that type of smooth agility and gift to the way they play. Okay. And the moment you take the ball and flip it out and bounce it and catch it and start moving and just put your shot in motion, they're like, oh my God, this guy is like, leaps and bounds better than I am. He's so smooth. He's so fluid. He's so good. Everything's just easy to him. It's like, you can do it with his eyes closed, which I can make shots with my eyes closed. How many of the rest of you? I got that from Wendell Wright, not Michael Jordan. Okay. The man from Los Angeles who played at New Mexico State University. He came over because I was cheering for him. And I was one of the few kind of the clouds that was cheering for him because he was kind of a outlaw, a rogue. But I liked him and Orlando Fabris a lot. And Wendell sat there and looked at me and almost like winked and took a 22-footer and nailed bottom of the net. It was cool. And I was like, yeah, did you see that, Dad? That was when I fussed at the old guy because he was talking shit about. Well, I didn't really fuss at him. He just, Fabris sucks. I can't stand Fabris. He fucking sucks. And there was he can't do a goddamn thing. And just right after that, one of the guys from Utah State came down the lane, threw the ball, if it bounced off, or not the Utah, one of our guys came down the lane, threw it off the basket. It hit the back of the rim, came flying up 3 feet in the air. And this number 0 with the Jerry curl goes up. From Orlando's from Puerto Rico, right? Jumps up, wham! He catches it, and I said, oh, he sucks. He can't do anything. Right? I hate when those armchair motherfuckers do that shit. It's like listening to Stephen A. Smith talk about sports. It's like, you suck at sports. How do you wager? Okay, be like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on Airplane, right? You tell your dad to take Lambeer and Walton. I mean, Lanier and Walton and Bellamy and all those guys, and drag them up and down the court for 48 minutes. Right? You talk shit static. Don't start none, won't be none. Right? You're funny. But guys, stop being an egomaniac. Stop being stupid. We won't have to sit around and watch people make commercials about their great ideas to save us from their great ideas, right? But I'll just keep working on this. I think that's just the way it's going to be. I think it's just, I'm going to be the focal point of fixing the technology, and all the egomaniacs are going to be, Shaggy and Rick Rock. Gonna tell Earl that I'm sorry for the pain that I've caused. You didn't cause my pain. No, I caused my pain. I chose to stand up for the Lord's Prayer for you and your children rather than sit back and just watch it happen and let the technology just have, trust in the process. So I could have been in a lot less pain if I just trusted in the process. But I don't like watching people be murdered on a daily basis, so I get up and work every day to stop it. Well, I'm a human being and I'm empathetic and respectful. Okay, peace out, man.